Welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. This is Steredenn. And Steredenn is way too hard. Anyway, we should pick a ship. We've got a few options. They unlock every time you beat a boss, but we're going to stick with the tried and true, the original Tempest. So aside from Steredenn being really hard, it is also a bullet hell shoot 'em up, which I don't really play many of. I play Enter the Gungeon and Exit the Gungeon, and those technically count. But this game is a bit of a different beast, and one I'm not as used to. So I'm going to be bad at it, is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, our controls are pretty simple. We start out with a normal old blaster. That up there is a cargo ship. You always want to hit those, because they drop new weapons, like homing missiles. So you can have two weapons at once. Homing missiles are a weapon that I like quite a bit, because unlike the blaster, you can be anywhere on the screen and they'll generally hit their target. So for this first boss, who generally only shoots forward, I can just hang out behind him and blast him. Kind of cheap, but it works. Now notice when I hit him, there's an orange glow. There are a few different states in this game. Orange means he's resistant to the damage. If I shot him with the blaster, we see purple. Purple means he takes more damage from that. Red means standard damage. But he's dead, so it doesn't matter. And every time you beat a boss, you get a choice of an upgrade. So I think I'm going to go with Heavy Weapons Perfected, which will give me more damage on my homing missile. It would also make it more likely for heavy weapons to drop, which is not as good, because heavy weapons tend to be kind of bad, usually pretty slow. Anyway, the homing missile is one of my favorite weapons because, as I've mentioned multiple times, I hate to aim. It also does decent damage to most enemies. There are a few that are resistant, like those guys, but it still takes them out pretty quick. You know what? We're going to swap out the blaster. So I can show off this laser bot. Bots are a special type of weapon that acts independently of you. I like the laser bot. He sticks around for a long time, as long as he doesn't get hit. And you can just set it and forget it. You can also set multiple and forget multiple. Once again, as long as they don't get hit. So the first few bosses I'm pretty comfortable with. They have pretty simple patterns. And the first few levels are pretty short. I believe there's 6 levels in all. This one always messes me up though. Contrary to what it might look like, the final explosion does not hurt you. I was very scared the first few times I saw it. So let's grab next-gen bot weapons. Make our bot stronger as well. Just drop a few of these guys around. They do take a while to reload. So as might be obvious, the yellow domes around those guys are shields. I can't really do anything to them. There is an upgrade that lets you break shields, but it's pretty rare. And obviously I don't have it yet. These guys are not particularly dangerous. Although I should be dropping my laser bot more. Lasers also tend to get past enemy resistances pretty well. Alright, let's see what we got. Ultra laser. Alright, laser bot's going away. Ultra laser is a pretty good weapon. The only downside is it will eventually fade off. It does a lot of damage. It also slows you down when you shoot it. But notice the longer I hold it, it'll eventually taper off. That's when you switch to other weapon. Alright, so when this guy does this, you gotta get behind him. As he has a big, giant bullshit laser. Thankfully, we've been getting bosses with pretty easy patterns. That'll change shortly. Each of the early levels has a pool of like 4 different bosses you could get. The pool gets smaller as you progress in levels, and we'll be able to see it once I finally die. Taking a bunch of hits that I shouldn't be here, but we're fine. I'm gonna grab energy weapons perfected, since we're using energy now. That guy who just bumped me does not deal damage, but when you get bumped, you do get bumped. Ooh, the Demuxer. Demuxer is an interesting weapon. Let's show it off for a second. It shoots everywhere, but it especially shoots in the last direction you push. I don't really want it though. So I would say this is the last boss that I have a good handle on. Although now that I say that, I'm definitely going to get killed by him. When you see this, you want to get inside as fast as you can, because that happens. As you might have noticed, Ultra Laser is less good on most bosses, as it makes you way too slow just to dodge things. And I believe this is the last phase. Got him. Alright, let's grab... None of these are very good. Let's grab light armor. Reduce our collision damage. Not that I've hit anything so far, but maybe it'll come in handy. I almost got hit there. I probably should have. Alright, so the guys, they're very hard to see. They're small, dark ships, and they lay those mines at the top left, you can see. Those will not hurt me, but they will slow me down. They're kind of annoying. So let's see if we can take them out. Got flamethrower. I'm gonna pass. Flamethrower is actually very useful against the next boss coming up, though. So maybe I shouldn't have thrown it away. I think homing missiles will actually be bad against that boss. Also, one thing I haven't talked about, we have a combo meter at the top right. I haven't talked about it because it doesn't actually matter. Unless you like points. I'm not a big fan of points. Anyway, this is the boss that usually kills me. His thing is he releases a bunch of different smaller enemies. The laser might be good for this, though. Yeah, turns out laser is pretty good for this guy. Oh, it's not looking good. Yeah, that's what usually happens. So you see there are 3 bosses left. The best I've done is I've beaten this guy and died to the next boss. But the boss pool starts pretty large, gets smaller as you go on. And that's Steredenn. I like it. It's fun. It's just really hard. Even for me, a roguelite professional. 2 words that mean the same thing. There you go. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.